When the least famous person in the room is fucking Baker Mayfield, dude, I sit down at the fucking table. Jason Kelce comes and sits down next to me. Here's why I was able to do what I did. I wish more people would ask me questions like this because it's important. Hey, raising your kids in the Trump Tower, I don't know. But I'll tell you this, that company made me rich, dude. People don't fucking understand how hard it is to make money.
First of all, how much did you sell for?
Well into the 8 figures, and it put me in a position to never have to do shit the rest of my life.
What's your biggest regret in life? Welcome back to the MBH podcast. Money buys happiness. Guys, appreciate you tapping in as always. Someone told us not to do this, but fuck this. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Like this video, leave a comment, do your thing. Follow us on Snapchat. 140,000 subs on Snapchat. We're flying, okay? Exclusive content there. You know what to do. Merch is live. We got new merch coming, so you also know what the fuck to do. If you're listening, Apple, Spotify, 5 stars. Don't be lazy, bro.
Please.
Don't be lazy. Come on,
know you're
man.
listening.
Come on, bro.
Damn. We got our boy back with us.
Yes.
Back.
Got our boy,
Yes.
John Cerasani.
What's up, baby?
Yo,
Hey,
we're
man.
in Vegas right now.
Listen, and you guys, last time we met, you were in my place in West Hollywood.
In LA, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That was good
Now-
times.
Now I'm in your place. Fucking A.
Here for Super Bowl weekend.
Yep.
Yes,
You know, obviously you're here as well.
Bro, I'm excited, man. It's came with a little crew, a little entourage.
Yeah,
And
you got an audience here
Bro,
today.
I gotta tell you though, we're having the fucking time of our lives, bro. We got invited to play in Bert Kreischer's blackjack little thing yesterday, and we're kind of walking over there. Hey, this might be a bust. I have no idea who the fuck's gonna be there. We walk in, it's like a who's who. It was fucking.
Who were you
great.
playing with yesterday?
Bro? We had when the least famous person in the room is fucking Baker Mayfield, you know you're in a pretty good fucking
Yeah.
room. All right,
Okay.
like for real.
You guys were doing some blackjack?
Dude, I sit down at the fucking table, and those guys, I always fuck their names up. What do they call it? Bussin' with the Boys podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Taylor and
Barstool,
what's the other
yeah.
guy's name? Taylor and what? Will Compton. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're there. Tom Segura's next to me, and then I'm sitting at the end table. We're this fucking fun. Bert's watching, kind of heckling us in the background. We're having a good fucking time. Jason Kelce comes and sits down next to me.
I saw that.
Dude,
that was
it was
crazy,
like, what the
bro.
fuck, bro.
That was crazy.
I'm gonna tell you guys some fucked up shit, though. Talk
to me.
The video went fucking viral, all right? Because those Bustin' with the Boys guys are under Barstool. It went fucking viral. Barstool fucking posted. My phone starts fucking blowing up. I go, something happened. Someone posted fucking something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get so many fucking followers off this. Whoever posted this shit. No, I'm just there. People are recognizing me. They didn't tag me. Everyone else got tagged.
No.
So I'm like telling my followers, hey, go comment. Tag John Cerasani.
Get that tag. You need that tag.
No,
Well, dude, I'm just there as much as everyone else. Whoever posted at Barstool didn't know who the fuck I was, so they didn't tag me.
no, but
Fuck.
dude, it's crazy. Like we were saying off camera, and like just, dude, we're always talking about you because you're fucking all over social
everywhere,
media.
bro.
You're like, I feel like you're taking it more fucking seriously than anybody I know, and the growth has been crazy. Like I've been looking at your numbers.
Since we first had you on.
Yeah.
No, but even then, I remember talking off camera in West Hollywood with you,
Right.
and we were going over everything, and you were showing us stuff. You're like, yeah, I'm growing like this much, and the pod's going like this, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just been like exponential growth.
Dude, I really leaned in heavily to the gambling stuff.
True.
And I think it's a good compliment to my like business acumen shit. When I was on your show before with Bob Menery, it was more kind of business stuff, some gambling. I have one that's kind of going viral like as we speak. It's probably around 3 million right now. When by the time this airs, it's every time I check, it's like one of those deals where you posted it 3 weeks ago, but it still goes up 30,000
Yeah.
a day somehow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was me playing blackjack with my son and his friends.
Yes.
And my son's friend Ruben fucking tried to stay on a fucking 16 against an 8. And I go, what the fuck, Ruben? And he goes, I just got a gut instinct. and I go, that's what happens when you don't play in the high limit room in Vegas.
Yeah.
I stopped the camera. This is exactly why you don't fucking play in general population. Guys like fucking Ruben. And then the comments are like, fucking Ruben, you motherfucker. Well, 15-year-old, he's
Poor kid.
Yeah, exactly. He enjoyed it though.
So
Well, I
you've,
think
so you've been leaning
yeah.
in, but you've been leaning into that type of content. You've been noticing that it's doing a lot better for you.
Yeah, I think the two kind of go hand in hand, bro. I think I could get away with the gambling stuff that I talk about because I have the credibility as a business person. I think at least, and I think people think my delivery is funny because I'm definitely not. Dude, I'm definitely not the richest motherfucker. I'm definitely not the funniest motherfucker. I think it's the combination of everything. You know what I mean?
At this point, what are you trying to be known for?
God, I got to tell you, man, So when I first started doing this shit, I would be talking about the place that you guys were at in LA, I was in all these venture capital deals.
Yeah.
I had sold my company a few years back, and now I'm like, okay, what's this next chapter of my life going to be like? Okay. Well, fuck, I'm going to deal with Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to deal with fucking Kevin Garnett. Jaleel White's a good fucking friend of mine now. Like I'm in these like who's who Hollywood types of fucking people, right? Well, then I take it up a notch and say, you know what, fuck that. I'm going to start being me a little bit on social media and not just talking about business acumen. It's one thing, if you join a C Corp versus an S Corp, here's the things you got to look at. That's all I used to post.
Yeah.
Now, those people back when I had 20,000 followers, they're kind of pissed at me. Dude, go back to the shit we learn stuff.
Yeah.
No one wants to see you drunk playing blackjack at 3 a.m. I disagree. They do want to see that.
They do, obviously. The views don't lie.
They fucking want to see it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what's fucked up about that, bro? The views don't lie.
Yeah.
You know what lies? The fucking like count. I will fucking have views that are disproportionate to my likes and fucking followers.
Yeah.
Because people just keep watching. Sometimes I will have videos that have more shares than likes. Like I'll have like 4,000 shares and only like 3,500 fucking likes.
True.
And my theory on this is people don't want it in public. To know, like they don't want other people to see that they like this video.
True. Okay, so
you know what I mean? They don't want it to be out there because I'm saying fuck the W-2, fuck corporate America.
Yes.
You don't want your boss seeing that you like that fucking video.
Yeah. You're like their guilty pleasure at that
Exactly.
point.
When you know your boss follows me too.
Yeah, there you go.
But you know what? When I run through those comments, because again, like we're really dialed in. So when I see someone's doing something and it's working, I love to see like what's the response, because you get a ton of comments.
Right.
When I run through the comments, I see like a lot of people saying like, who the fuck is this guy? So for anybody that's watching now or listening, and they want to know who the fuck you are, how you got to where you are, even if it's briefly, I know your story, but for anyone that has no idea who John Cerasani is, maybe a little bit of a walkthrough of that.
If you don't know who the fuck I am, you need to start paying attention. This fucking ship's going like this, and it's gonna keep going. All right. No, man. So my story is unique in the sense that anyone could do it. I'm the only motherfucker that's out there talking about it. All right. I figured it out in 2005 that there's smoke and mirrors that exist in corporate America or corporate Canada, whichever. Sure. And I was on that fast track, area vice president, working at a publicly traded company. I had that office. I was 27 years old, rocking and rolling. And I realized, wait a minute, dude, the product here is us. The employees are the product. We're selling ourselves. So I'm a salesperson selling the services of our customer service team. Wait, if I could do the customer service piece my fucking self and learn both sides of this, well, what the fuck do I need to work here for? Well, because they give you a salary. Well, that salary is a fucking bribe.
True.
I bring in 800 grand of business last year, and they're giving me 140 grand. This is when I was 27 years old. This is so much more now. Anyway, they're giving me, I bring in 800 grand of business. They're paying me 140. Okay. No, you're not paying me 140. I'm paying you 660. What did you do for that 660? And once you start looking at it that way, well, they do a lot for it. They have the name, they have the office, they have the infrastructure. Okay, is that worth 660? I said it's not. So I fucking quit my job while I was on this fast track, dude. And my goal was to make 300 grand and just have the freedom. And it blew up, dude. I ended up building a company that was the biggest provider of employee benefits insurance to colleges and universities in the United States. Wow. Yeah, and then I sold it 9.5 years later into private equity, and I was 37 years old, and it put me in a position to never have to do shit the rest of my life. All right, so
and why did you? First of all, how much did you sell for?
I mean, I don't like to be specific about it, but I'll say well into the 8 figures. Okay. I always tell people dozens of million. No, you don't know if it's,
I've read that. I've read that.
2 dozen or 9 dozen.
I like that.
I read that.
But it's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a good amount, dude. And I mean, and really, so I talk about the 2,000% raise. I gave myself a 2,000%.
That's your
raise,
brand.
all right? Yeah, and it's literal. I literally was making 140, and instead of trying to get a fucking 10% cost of living increase or whatever the fuck that you get in corporate America, I went and did it for myself, put myself on top of the org chart, and gave myself a 2,000% raise. Yeah. And I didn't realize until I sold it that it's so much more than a 2,000% raise. That's just the money you're making each year.
Sure. Yep.
When you sell it, holy shit.
Yeah.
Private equity changed the game. If you're in a business that private equity has the appetite for, I don't know exactly why they spend this much money. I mean, I understand it now. I don't fully get it. These private equity firms are buying companies for like a 10 times multiple of their profit, and they're buying a bunch of us, and then they're not even really doing anything. They're just putting us all together, then selling it to a bigger private equity firm for 13 times multiple profit. And then that one does the same thing and sells it again to someone else for 14 times.
It's just a flip.
Well, someone's gonna get stuck holding the bag at the end.
That's true.
As long as it's not you.
I'm gonna be. It ain't gonna be me. I go. I don't know why the fuck you guys are doing this, but I'll be along for this little ride right now. Because part of it is it's a big fucking deal, dude. I had a cash fucking cow. I was 37 years old, dude. Loved it. I had, how you guys are set up here. You guys are all buddies and shit. Dude, I had people coming to the office. We had old school hip hop Fridays. It was me and the old guy, like me and the other guys in their 30s. Then we had like the 22-year-olds working for us. We'd like, okay, we'd like argue about like Tupac versus like Future. You know what I mean? Like current versus new. You know what I mean? Future's old school now too. I guess probably. This is 2015.
How many employees did you have when you sold?
So I'm glad you asked that. And now this is a question that non-entrepreneurs or W-2 people ask, or I'm not calling you that, but I mean, I guess I am. But W-2 people place value on things like how many employees you have. That's like their metric, because that's like, okay, the thing is, every employee you fucking have is an expense. So if I pay you 50 grand to work for me and I sell this company one day in the future for 10 times profit, that 50 grand salary that's on my books actually cost me 500 grand in that sale. True. Okay. So I did everything. My business was typically, in my industry, it's usually a 20% profit margin. And I was operating an 83% profit margin because I had the niche working with colleges and universities. Okay. All right. So I only had about 10 employees. But companies with revenue similar in size as me would usually have about 38, 39 employees was the metric.
Damn.
And that's why I had an 83% profit margin whenever else had a 17%.
But explain to me how you were able to do that. If you're saying your competitors had 80 employees in comparison to you having 10.
40, yeah.
So what gave you the ability to be in that position? Because I understand, like, there's a lot of times where we're looking at people, we're talking to guys who, I do 30 million in revenue annual, and you're generally expecting, that's probably 50 employees, and they're like, no, I have 7.
Well, if someone says they do 30 million, how big is your company? We do 30 million. Okay, what's your profit margin?
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah.
And also, how many partners do you have?
Well, that's the other side.
Those are the two fucking questions. Okay. Also, that wasn't that impressive, sir.
So you didn't have any partners?
No. So here's why I was able to do what I did. Okay. And I wish more people would ask me questions like this because it's important. Okay. So the insurance industry, all right, the reasons that the profit margin is usually around 17 to 20% is that they have to hire a sales force that goes out and sells the business. Now, to be competitive, especially as a smaller brokerage insurance firm, you need to compensate these salespeople properly. Okay, and that usually means 40% commission or so of whatever they bring in.
Oh, it's hefty. Okay.
Exactly. So whatever they bring in, 40% commission, the rest goes to the house. But now these sales reps are fucking all hot shots. They don't just want the 40%. Well, why should I fucking work here? So you got to build all these resources and a team around them, subject matter experts, specialists, all this shit fucking costs money. Okay. I took all that minutia out and just focused only on colleges and universities. Everything I fucking did was specific to colleges and universities. And any of these things that normally my competitors would have in-house, I would outsource on a case-to-case basis. Okay. It's a good model. A lot of people that know insurance are probably saying, okay, well, how big did you get doing that? We got fucking big, dude. Yeah. We had over 100 fucking colleges as clients. Do the fucking math. Yeah. Average client size is about 400 employees. These are $60,000 to $70,000 annual accounts. Do the motherfucking math, okay? Literally 83% profit margin.
That's okay. And then going back to what you said earlier about when people sell and whatnot, or they're looking at these massive companies, you mentioned partners. Yeah. Did you have any partners when you sold?
Never had a partner. I own 100% of the company, and that was really the big thing for me, bro. So when I sold, I had a 5-year employment contract. I had to work at the company that bought mine. Yeah. And other people were on the same boat as me. But I realized when I was there, they're not in the same boat as me in terms of their financial future, okay? Because a lot of them, first of all, most of them were older than me. They were doing it to retire. I was 37. A lot of them had business partners. And a lot of them, and all of them, had way smaller profit margins. So I'm sitting here in our fucking sales meetings wondering why the fuck everyone's taking like their prospect list report, and we're going to Salesforce.com. Who's your prospects? We're discussing, and I'm like, aren't all these motherfuckers multimillionaires like me? No, they're not. They actually still are trying to get new sales to generate future. You know, and some people were really well off. But I realized how unique my situation was actually when I got purchased.
And were you planning? Quick, I want to ask one thing in terms of that business, and when you sold, like was selling the company ever a thought? Or were you just like, hey, I'm going to just make some fucking cash and be good?
Never in a million years. I was never going to sell my company, dude. It was a cash cow.
Interesting.
And I had looked into it when I first started the company, and the business model back then, in like 07, 08, was to sell for 2 times your gross revenue. Well, if you have an 80% profit margin and you could only sell it for 2 times gross revenue, you could just make that in 2.5 years. Why would you ever sell?
Yeah.
When private equity entered the space, the business model changed to I'm not allowed to be specific, but approximately 10 times what's called EBITDA, which is your profit. So that was not a big deal for other companies that were operating at a 20% profit margin, because for them, 2 times gross and 10 times EBITDA, when you have a 20% profit margin, if you do the math, it's
probably similar.
It's the same number.
Yeah.
Well, when you have an 83% profit margin, this is a fucking game changer, bro.
Oh, okay.
So I get that phone call, and I don't even want to take the fucking meeting because I get phone calls like this randomly. I'm like, bro, I don't want to waste your time. I know you think you know. He has no idea what my profit margin. Come on, buddy. You got to eat, right? You got to eat, don't you? After the 3rd time he calls me. And I appreciated his persistence. I'm like, okay. He said he did you got to eat sometime, don't you, line. I do that on prospects. If a prospect want to meet with me, I go, well, you got to eat. How about I buy you lunch? You know? So he said it to me, and I'm like, all right, this motherfucker. You could take me to Mastro's. I go to Mastro's, a nice steakhouse in Chicago. And I end up getting along with the guy, and he's telling me this shit, what I just explained to you guys, and I'm looking at him like, this stupid motherfucker is going to buy my company for how much money? I couldn't believe that it was, and then sure enough, a couple weeks later, we signed what's called the letter of intent, and then they do what's called the diligence process the last 90 days, and it moves, man. It moves. And I've been checked out.
So you would say, well, within a couple months, it went from like you just thinking, hey, I'm going to run this company probably forever, to like, oh, okay, fuck, I'm out of here.
So I got to tell you, man. So I'll share this with you guys because of the title of your show, and I think your viewership might appreciate this. My whole life, I had looked at, okay, when I'm 40, I want to have $10 million in investable assets, because I want to put myself in a position where this $10 million could sit in an interest-bearing / investment account. I'll live off 5% a year. The 6 or 7% that I make will counter inflation, $500,000 a year. This is a good life. Put me in a position to at least have that fucking option, okay? And as I got 33, 34, 35, I'm making a few million a fucking year. But I'm starting to realize how hard it is, because Uncle Sam fucking takes a lot of your fucking money, bro.
A fat bag, yeah.
And I was never doing stupid shit. I lived in nice places. I lived in the Trump Tower. I did nice shit, but I was never buying Rolls Royces and Ferraris. You know what I mean? I wasn't stupid. I'd go do nice vacations. Sure. I'd always gamble a lot, but nothing. You know what I mean? I wasn't overspending, and I still, to end up with $10 million in the bank was. I was doing the math. It ain't gonna fucking work. It just don't work that way. True. And I was getting close, but not to what I wanted. And then when they came and made me that offer at 37, and I go, oh, this is how you actually make fucking wealth. Okay, big fucking difference, dude. And that's when that light bulb went off for me, dude. And W2 America, bro. You look at the comments. A lot of people are, oh, fuck you. My husband's a fucking investment banker for fucking UBS, and he made $2.2 million last year. Okay, lady, listen. He has nothing to sell at the end. Okay. And by the way, if he made $2.2 million working for someone else, he could probably make 10 working for himself, and then sell the company for $50 million at the end of it. Bullshit.
Yeah. And I actually want to talk quickly about, you sold the company at 37, you said.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people listening are going to say, fuck, I wish I had 10 million by the time I'm 37. Do you think, would you say, generally speaking, for anybody listening, watching, that that's actually very early to be able to do what you did at that age?
Yeah, well, I think people got to just be realistic with themselves, do the math, and just work backward into it. Like I said, I was making a few million a year, and my net worth is way more than 10 million, but it's because I sold the company. My net worth would have been less than 10 million if I was just saving the money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think people really need to kind of grasp that, like, people don't fucking understand how much fucking money, like, how hard it is to make money, dude. Yeah. Like to really have that much fucking money is very fucking difficult, dude. And for me, dude, when I it was like 07 or 08, my company started to kind of hockey stick up a little bit, and I went from making $250 to making like $800,000. And once that happened, I just saw the money in the bank account. That's when my mind shift started to change a little bit. I'm like, dude, I got an extra fucking $40,000 each month in my, instead of fucking worrying about like, you know, I'm going to time up this fucking check and wait till this check clears to pay this fucking, because I had a bunch of rental properties and shit. And I like literally needed the money to come in. Yeah. And then it went like this, like fast. That's kind of when my mindset changed a lot.
Well, the reason I asked that is because, again, like social media is a fucking skewed world. Like it fucks people's perception up. And so there's a lot of time where people are looking and like, and you know, guys that are a little bit younger, let's say early 20s, whatever, and they're seeing guys that are the same age as them, 23, with 5 Lambos and 20 Rolexes and APs, living in this crazy mansion or penthouse in Miami and stuff. And A, that might just be fucking all rented and bullshit.
Right.
But B, okay, let's say it is real. Yeah. I think what people don't realize is like that's a very minor percentage of people that even get there that early.
Well, and also, who the fuck's the people talking about this shit? People that are fucking trying to sell you fucking something, too.
Well, then that's the other side of it. Yeah.
You know, they're so fucking full of shit, dude. I just had this argument the other day on my podcast with a guy named Brad Lee. Do you guys know Brad Lee?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Dude, he's kind of defending guys. He has this coaching platform that he does. So he has like these influencer types are with him. And Brad's a great fucking guy. But it wasn't even really an argument. It was more of an observation. The Wes Watsons of the world, the Grant Cardones of the world, they believe what they're saying. They think that you giving them your last fucking $5,000 is a good idea for you. Okay? And I disagreed with Brett. I go, I don't think they think that. I think they fucking know they're ripping the person off. He goes, no, I would disagree. Then we kind of had a back and forth on that. Sure. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, if they truly do believe that, right? If you feel like giving Wes Watson $20,000 to go hang out at this mansion he rented in Miami, and pretend like you're in a prison yard doing burpees. If you think that's gonna change your fucking life, dude, like he's gonna give you bologna sandwiches and fucking yell at you like prison food, eat your fucking bologna, dude.
Wes Watson, bro. He's been catching heat though.
All right, dude, did you see that new fucking Instagram page?
Yeah, you were telling us a little bit about it. Yeah. You're calling him out. He's kind of just going nuts. What do you think about all these gurus and all these coaches?
You know what, man? I learned pretty fast, dude. It was hard for me when I first started because I think people just lumped me in as one of these guys.
They probably just thought you were one of them.
Oh, here's
screaming at a camera all day.
Sure, the people. Here's what the comments would be like. Oh, it's nice now that 2 things happened. Now I actually got substantial followers and I have the blue check mark. Before those fucking 2 things, dude, you should look at my comments from back in the day. Oh. Another middle-aged guy pretending to be a fucking successful businessman. Let me guess, what course are you selling me, buddy?
Yeah. It's a classic.
So I don't really get that much of that anymore. But dude, I think it kind of went crazy a little bit during COVID. I think there are people that made a lot of money doing that. But really, these courses should be. If I'm going to sell you a business course on the internet, it should really be about selling business courses on the internet. Because all these guys I see being successful with it didn't really fucking do shit except do the course that you're now buying from them. True. So if you want to make a fucking course about the course you are now buying from me, like, that's fine. That's cool. But like anything else, dude, shut the fuck up. You know?
You think you'd ever do something like that?
I kind of tried to a little bit, bro. So during COVID, I put together an online university. I have about 30 fucking videos. Somebody was in my fucking ear saying I should fucking do this shit. And the way they sold me on it was that, dude, you actually have something to say. There's value. These guys are going to buy it anyway from the internet, from somebody. Why don't you put it out there anyhow? I put it out there literally, dude, for like 4 days. And the process that goes with that, and your people probably know it, you guys might know it, is I just wasn't comfortable with how it goes, dude. It's all about a sales funnel. So we're going to get them in like this by giving them something free. Then we're going to sell them something that's very cheap and do this. And then we're going to get a fucking high ticket closer on the fucking phone that's going to bust their fucking balls. And I'm just watching this thing. I'm like, we literally did it for fucking 4 days. We use this thing called Go High Level. You guys know what that is? And that's great. And it's great. And I'm looking at it. I go, dude, there's obviously a lot of people doing that they have this fucking platform that's set where different people could come in. You're sending text messages from the fucking thing. Different people are fucking they know what they're fucking doing, dude.
They know how to sell.
Yeah, and I'm just looking. I go, dude, my whole fucking thing is that I'm successful already. You know, it's one thing, dude. If I thought I was gonna make $2 million a month, maybe I'll do it. But like, I'm not gonna do it for. I just didn't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, we've always strayed away from it. People have come to us, oh, sell this, sell that course, and it's funny because like even though you know you could provide value, it's just a very slimy like business model.
Slimy
almost.
over the last year.
At least it feels like it. So we never tapped into it. But
well, that's what got me on it because I'd be dealing with the people directly, and here was my fucking closing. Well, like. I don't know. You might want to just listen to my podcast. You probably learn that from this. You don't have to pay me the fucking $5,000. Like I would like literally say that. I go, dude, just DM me. It's fine. And then I realized I'm gonna have to have a closer that pressures them, and I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know
Makes
what I mean?
sense.
I want to do it. So I have it out. So I made all this content though. So I have I call it 2,000% raise. We have 2 different levels of membership, and the real membership is just a fucking email list, and you get invited to like events that I have that pretty much is my cost. And then I have an upgraded one which gives you access to the portal because I had made all this content, and it's I call it the waterfall level. It's $149 to get in, and then it's $14.99 a month. Okay. And I got a few thousand people on the free one, and then.
Sick.
I got a couple hundred, I think, on the upgraded one. I don't push it at all, though. You gotta kind of.
Yeah, I've never. I was gonna say I haven't seen you push that at all.
You gotta kind of like look through my shit to find it.
So when you first sold the company, going back to it, what was the mindset like? What did you want to do next?
So, dude, it was like fucking bird in the hand is worth more than fucking 2 in the bush kind of thing, dude. I just looked at this thing when they made this offer, and I realized that 10 years earlier. I was making $140,000 in corporate America. Everyone told me not to quit this job. I was hoping to make $300,000 one day. I grew up in Schaumburg, Illinois, which is a very middle class area. My dad was a high school gym teacher, and now I have a piece of paper that's worth all this fucking money if I sign here. And there wasn't really a plan, bro. It was just like, who the fuck am I to say no to that? This is gonna. I got it right now, dude. I got it right now. And somehow I managed to stay off the radar screens of much bigger competitors. Okay. And they've never really targeted me. No one really knew I existed. I was just this guy out there getting business here, getting business here. No one really fucking paid attention, and that fucking business adds up because I was focusing on colleges where everyone else was focusing on geography. Yeah. So I kind of stayed under everyone's radar. But there was, this is a long way to tell you that there wasn't really a plan. It kind of just happened. Yeah. I had to do the employment contract. Worst 5 years of my fucking life professionally. Yeah. Terrible. Like
we've heard that before from guys who sold companies that they have to stay on for the 3, 4, 5 years. They're like, bro, it's fucking horrible.
It was so bad. The first 3 years, they had a bunch of incentives in there, and everything was kind of aligned. The last 2 years, there wasn't really any incentives, and it was like more just like the institutionalization of the business. And what I was going about earlier, when I was telling you that other acquisitions were not on the same boat as me financially, personally, well, people start to figure it out that I'm in a different fucking kind of vertical than them financially, and I'm 20 years younger than most of them. You start to like get animosity. Of course. You know what I mean? Well, so now they start to expect things from you. Well, fly out to fucking Cleveland and help fucking Sandy close this fucking college deal. I go, she shouldn't be working on colleges. I should be the one working on that deal. Well, she went in there and got this lead, John. How did she get the fucking lead? Because she said we work with these 100 colleges and they're all my clients. She got the fucking meeting. Now you want me to go sell it for her? No. It was literally shit like that. Yeah, okay. I'm not doing it. And then it just those conversations happen enough, and all of a sudden I'm a fucking asshole, and fuck you, no fuck you.
So you just stayed on for 5 more years, on salary.
I was supposed to, and then it only lasted 4.5.
They canned you? Yeah, okay.
So get the fuck out of here.
They weren't allowed, dude. They fucked up, dude. I never talk. I'll tell you guys because I like you guys. I wasn't allowed to quit. They weren't allowed to fire me, okay? And in our employment contract, that's what it was at, unless there was cause. For people that don't know this, to get terminated for cause is very specific. You basically have to fucking like sexually harass somebody or do drugs in the office. There's something crazy. It's gonna be cause. Yelled a racial slur at the fucking boss or something. You know what I mean? There was no cause.
So what'd you do? I was gonna say. So what'd you do?
What was the cause? What was the cause?
Blow off the assistant. I'm just kidding. Sorry. So No. So a new operations guy comes in. He fucks up. He thinks like he knows my employment contract. Well, the private equity firm had changed twice, whatever. Me and him getting a pissing match. He fucking gets HR and legal to back him up and fucking does this big fucking to-do. I get to the office fucking one day, I can't get in. My fucking thing doesn't work. And I have a text from him, let's meet at so-and-so for breakfast. We go meet there and he tells me, hello, thank you for your services. I go, oh, really?
Yeah.
I go, you can't fire me, dude. I would have quit 6 months ago. You're not able to fire me. That's why we're here, dude. Are you fucking new?
Yeah.
And he was new.
Yeah.
And I go, well, I already talked to legal. Blah, blah, blah. I go, okay. So I leave. I'm like kind of scratching my head. I go, they wouldn't fuck this up like that. Get back to my fucking walk back to, so our office was here like 200 feet away is my condo in the Trump. People don't like that part either.
Yeah.
So just like walking back, oh, I guess I'll go home for the day.
Yeah.
And I call my fucking lawyer up. He goes, yeah, they're not allowed to do that. And I got to tell you, dude, this is why getting a good lawyer is everything.
True.
So I had hired a lawyer to fucking negotiate this thing for me when I originally sold. And they had language in there that in year 4, the last year, that you could be terminated with or without cause. And that was their standard contract. My lawyer wouldn't let me sign it. So that was their standard agreement everybody had. He goes, dude, they would still, no, you can't have that in there and then still have a 2-year non-compete at the back end. It's either one or the other. They can't fire you because they feel like it and then have you have a 2-year non-compete.
Yeah, you can't compete. Yeah.
And I'm telling my lawyer, I go, dude, just shut the fuck up. Look at all this money they're paying. This will never come into play. Do not kill the deal over this.
Yeah.
Somehow it kind of just in the back and forth, we won on that. I think they forgot because they were working on a bunch of deals at the same fucking time.
Sure.
So now here we are 4.5 fucking years later. They just assume it's the standard contract everyone else has. They don't go and read my actual fucking contract. So they're all high and mighty. Okay, John, thank you for your services. It's been real. I go, okay. 2 days later, they're fucking calling me up. Well, so about that fucking termination, we want to do something where you just work at home.
Yeah.
But now they fucked up.
Yeah.
They breached the entire contract. So now everything was fucked because of that. So I could have in reality, they breached the entire contract now. I could have fucking said, have a nice day, taken all the fucking clients and started a fucking company next door to them with the same fucking name.
Yeah,
like literally they breached the entire thing. Then we would have fought it off out of court, but they would have been in the wrong. So we felt good we would have won it. Luckily for them, I did not have the energy to go do that. I will say though, I usually don't even tell that story, and they thought they were right, and it was just a human error on that. But I'll tell you this: that company made me rich, dude. So they bought my company. I took a big portion of the deal in stock in their company, and that stock really skyrocketed and put me in a different financial position. So I've always kind of choose my words wisely in terms of throwing any negativity towards them, because it's really not negative towards them. They have this guy, the CEO, a guy named Mike Christian, started the fucking company back in 1997. It's a company like fucking mine.
Yeah.
The only thing he did different than me is he got a private equity firm to back him, and instead of like selling out to one of them, he got the private equity firm to start buying companies like mine. Genius.
Yeah,
right?
smart.
Genius.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, and he kind of had sailed into the sunset by what I just explained to you guys. He was kind of off in probably on a beach somewhere, probably.
So 4.5 years later, you're pretty much free.
So 4.5
what
years
year
later,
is
it's
that?
done.
And what year was that?
It was supposed to be April of. So I sold it in April of 2015. It was supposed to go through April of 2020, and this happened in December of 2019. So I had a great 4 months right there, April 29th, and then boom, fucking COVID hits.
Yep.
In March of 2020.
Is that when you then go online? You're like, fuck, I'm gonna do something on social media.
So I had already started dabbling a little bit with angel investing.
Okay.
And I kind of put my name out there as a venture capitalist. It's fucking the best thing I did and the worst thing I did, dude, because
Why do you say that?
bro, if you need fucking friends, go put on your LinkedIn that you're a venture capitalist. You're gonna get a lot of fucking friends, dude.
I'm changing my bio right after this.
Anyone listening, you want to fucking have friends, just put that on your bio. You will get a lot of friends, bro. And no, I mean, it was the best thing because I made a lot of connections. All the people that you guys saw me with in LA and stuff, I really met through that. It was like my, ignorance is bliss kind of thing, because So people knew I played football in college at Notre Dame. So there's all these people that want to be relevant. They see now I'm a venture capitalist. They go, oh shit, Aaron Rodgers has this fucking company in LA. His co-founder, Ryan Rotman, OSDB. It's going to be the IMDb of sports. You should team up with them. They connect us. Oh, this is a great fucking idea. Boom, I write a fucking check. Now I'm in the circles with these fucking guys. I'm fucking at parties with Aaron. I'm doing all this shit. Then Ryan Rotman's a fucking an actor, and he knows a bunch of people out there. He's bringing me around. Okay, they're like, oh shit, that's the guy from fucking Chicago that fucking isn't full of shit, because everyone in LA is fucking full of shit. You know what I mean?
True.
And then one thing leads to another. And people see it on social media. Oh, you should hook up with my boy Jaleel. He's in fucking LA. You should hook up with so. All of a sudden, now I'm in these circles with fucking credibility without even really trying to do it. Yeah. And I think I was just very well received out there, because, like I said, everyone in LA is full of shit. Yep. And so the upside is it put me in the right circles. Mm-hmm. The downside is, and OSDB is not one of these, but it also connected me to a bunch of founders that I maybe put some money into that like have no business of me investing money into.
Sure.
It gave me some credibility, almost in a bad way. Like, oh fuck, John must be really rich. He put $100,000 into that shitty deal. You know what I mean? Because I was saying yes to everything for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
What I didn't know was like, dude, listen, man. I started my company from my fucking kitchen table. Never in a million years could I fathom the idea of taking money from you as an investor and sleeping at night without paying you back. Yeah. And unfortunately, in the Silicon Valley landscape, that's common.
That's normal.
It's normal. Yeah.
What do you mean? Dude, you're so fucking rich. What's $200,000 to you?
Yeah.
Fuck
True.
you.
So did you stop actively looking for investments?
Well, after a fucking like a year of being like, I'm in a bunch of fucking deals now, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna sit and wait. I'm in like literally 30 plus deals. Mm-hmm. Some of them though are not like shots in the dark unicorns. Some of them are really kind of cool. So like the Newport. So because of everything I said, it put me in the right rooms with the right people. I'm in an investment group that bought the Newport Beach Marriott.
Nice.
Which is really cool because my parents weren't wealthy at all. But when I was a kid, we'd go on nice vacations every couple of years to make us think we were rich. Yeah. And we went. One of them was the Newport Beach Marriott, and my dad had passed away in 2018. And 2020, I was part of the group that bought it. So
full circle.
Cool. It's kind of cool.
So you start social media because you're a venture capitalist. You want people to know you are. You start doing that. And when does it start to become like, oh fuck, this social media thing is like cool. Like I'm gonna really, push myself into this world and go at it. Because I'm assuming when you first got your Instagram account or whatever, you weren't thinking like, oh, I'm gonna grow this thing to 250,000, 300,000 followers.
Yeah.
When did you start saying, oh fuck, okay, cool. Now like my goal is to grow this thing.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. It was the spring. I was right around that like 30 to 50,000 follower mark from like January of 23. What is this? 24 now. So January 23 to like March of 23. And also, I was doing stupid shit back then. Like anyone that's fucked around on social media, like paying, oh, dude, I'm gonna give you guys $5,000 and do this paid promotion, and you get 2,000 followers from it. And it's like, dude, I don't know if these people are real. Exactly. So, and what's so funny now is here we are later, and I'll get like 1,500 unfollows, and I'm like, are those real people?
Those are the ones from that.
Like, did I post something bad this week?
Those from the promotions for sure.
Exactly. Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, dude, what did I fucking post where I'm losing all these people?
No, there's no way you're losing that many like organically.
Well, the tell-all is you can look at your in your stats, look at the countries.
Yes.
And I'm like very heavy United States. So I'm like, all right, good.
It's real. Yeah.
But three things happened kind of at the same time. Bob Menery started posting me on his shit. I had him on my podcast, and that was very helpful. Simultaneous to that, I was on this reality TV show called Below Deck as the charter guest. And then I also had this video of me in Cabo San Lucas, where I just went fucking nuts.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Dude, that's the one, bro. That one is probably worth more than Bravo and Below Deck and Bob's stuff.
That's when you're like, I take fucking nice vacations, bro. Look around, look at this pool, my fucking stuff. Bro. I died, by the way. When I watched that the first time, it was the funniest fucking thing ever.
Bro. Listen, dude, I'm sitting here in my fucking villa at the Esperanza in Cabo, and I fucking couldn't sleep. I was up at like 5:30 in the morning. I have a 4-bedroom fucking villa. Everyone else is still there. I'm waiting. A couple people from fucking LA. I'm not going to name drop. We're coming to meet me. And I'm just like kind of like having my coffee, taking a step back. And I go, dude, if I had to work right now, I'd be checking my email, pretending so the boss doesn't take PTO days from me. I wouldn't even know lives like this existed. Places like this, I thought it was reserved for fucking Tom Cruise.
Yeah. It was a good video.
Bro, I shit you fucking not. I almost didn't fucking post it because I thought it was just too much. Just F-bomb after F-bomb, too. If you listen, it was like beep, beep, beep. And I posted it. And it got so much fucking traction, dude. That one's changed.
It was a legendary video. And kind of the reason, like, and then I'm curious, like, okay, you mentioned Bob Menery.
And that was the first time I leaned into that.
Yeah.
Because of that. So your question of, because of that video gave me confidence to keep going that direction.
You're like, okay, this works.
That's what changed everything, dude.
But you mentioned guys like Bob, then you look at like other people that you've been around, Billy McFarland, for people who don't know, Fyre Fest. Like, these are pretty, not in my opinion, but let's say from the opinion of just the social media in general, the general population, these are almost like polarizing figures.
Right.
So, is that by design? Are you kind of trying to enter these circles because it's going to help your social media? Or is it like, hey, I respect what they do, what they're building, and maybe there's like another angle to this from the business side.
Bro, I didn't fucking realize Bob was polarizing. I thought he was a funny voiceover guy for the Buffalo Wild Wings commercials. It wasn't until I started fucking with him on social media that I realized what I'm dealing with. But now I was in it. It's like, oh fuck. So I've kind of leaned away from it a little bit with the Bob stuff. But we are. I mean, we're friends. So like we do stuff. But he's a funny fucking guy, dude. Sometimes, I'm not gonna say anything embarrassing, but like anyway, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. And he's obviously very well connected. That guy could get us in the room with anyone.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And what about Billy? How'd you get connected with Billy McFarland?
So what's interesting about Billy is I just thought he would be an awesome podcast guest for me.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, and we kind of ended up hitting it off. And what was interesting was when I heard the whole story about Fyre Festival. Okay, we've all seen the Netflix special, right?
Yeah.
When I heard the whole story, he was 24 years old when this fucking thing came to fruition. Okay.
True.
B, he spent 6 years in fucking jail.
Yep.
And C, when he talks about it, he broke the law, but it's not dissimilar to what I see other founders doing. There's this line that happens where these founders that are out there raising money, like, are so optimistic about their fucking company, it almost becomes blurred where their optimism turns into just flat out fucking lies.
Illusion.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, Billy fucked up. Billy was in that hole so fucking deep. There's plenty of opportunities to pull out of the fucking thing, and he just never did. Me and Billy kind of worked out something where we were going to fuck around with each other. He had access for a lot of media stuff. He needed somebody on his team with a little bit of business acumen because he is trying to do Fyre Festival 2. Yeah. We do have some things in the work for that, and I'm part of that team. So I was helping him out by maybe giving him a little bit of credibility with my involvement. But at the time, I needed him from a media standpoint.
Yeah.
He was getting us on fucking Inside Edition. He was getting us all over the fucking place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And probably now that deal wouldn't look the same. You know what I mean? Because I don't really need him now for that stuff.
I like your honesty though. Like I feel like you're approaching all these answers with complete honesty, which people are always gonna do. Listen, at the end of the day, people always kind of want to blur the lines of like, I just like Billy. He's a great guy. You're like, no, listen, he brought something to the table and I took advantage and vice versa. I think people forget business is a fucking transaction.
Yeah.
And sometimes you win and sometimes you lose and sometimes somebody gets more than the other person. And that's just the reality of business.
Yeah. I mean, me and Billy's initial relationship, no bullshit. It was like, to use a lawyer term, quid pro quo. It was definitely quid pro quo. You do this, I will do this. It was like basically spelled out verbally.
Yeah. Hey, fair though.
But you know what though, dude? I think I get caught up sometimes, right? So I get like I don't know. I felt like Billy maybe could be like how Justin Belfort is on social media right now. You know what I mean? I feel like this is not a bad guy to associate with. And again, he was fucking 24 years old. He fucking spent 6 years in fucking jail. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Did his time,
And by the way, the people fucking whose money got fucking ripped off of were people like fucking me. He wasn't taking some fucking 70-year-old's fucking last $4,000. Yeah. It wasn't fucking, it wasn't Wes Wyatt or Wes Watson selling a fucking last $4,000 on the course. He was ripping off guys like me.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, Fyre Festival 2, part of if it happened, when it happens,
Yeah.
part of it is going to be to pay those investors back.
True. Yes.
Now he actually has a thing, and 15% of his earnings or whatever for the rest of his life go back to that. It's a big fucking pile that he has to pay back. And all I'm saying is, if I was one of those early stage investors that were in Fyre Festival 2, and I get a phone call 12 years later, hey, here's that 200 grand back, I'm going to welcome that fucking call.
Of course.
100%.
Of course.
You know how much money I've lost in the last few years? Well, I will never hear from
never
these
get it
fuckers
back.
guys
Yep.
again.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So there.
No, it's gonna happen. Fyre Fest 2 is gonna happen. We had him on the pod, and he was pretty confident.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys had him on?
Yeah, we had him
Yeah.
on
Oh, I didn't know
last
that.
year.
Yeah,
A
last
year
year.
and a
Yeah,
half
about a
Okay.
year ago. Yeah,
I mean, he's a likable guy.
No,
isn't
he's
he?
chill. Yeah,
Well,
he's
he's
cool.
fucking smart.
Yeah, yeah.
When I
know?
look at him, I'm like, I kind of see the same things you're sort of saying. Just like young dude,
Yep.
probably got in over his head
Yeah.
and got to a point, like you said, yes, there were many times to pull out, but
Yeah.
like when you're taking people's money, I think there also is the idea in your mind, like I gotta make sure I make it back, and so sometimes you make really bad
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
But again, he fucking paid his price, more than paid his
Well,
price.
He's
And
gonna
that-
continue to pay his price.
And that
Yeah.
Netflix special fucked him hard. 'Cause
Of
they
course.
ended,
well.
they ended that special with him selling the fucking fake tickets to like
Yeah.
Elton John and
That
shit like
extra
that.
part at the end. Yep.
Dude, ask him about that off camera fucking sometime
Yeah.
because, dude, they blew that fucking thing so
Really?
fucking far
Of
out
course.
of
Well,
Of
of
course,
course,
for the
it's a
views.
Netflix,
Yeah.
Netflix
Yeah.
special.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
never. They did have the. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna defend them.
Yeah.
So I was like, you be the judge.
yeah, fair.
So when you're looking at projects to take part in your investments, what are you looking for? Like what are the key points?
Yeah, so I'm not really looking for anything at the moment. I'm because I'm in so many right now, and I've kind of learned the hard way how long it fucking takes these things to come to fruition. Unfortunately, all these founders say, "Yeah, we're gonna go public in 3 years." No, you're fucking not.
Yeah.
Okay, they all have these plans to sell to Amazon one day or Google one day. My big thing right now, actually, I'm launching a TV show on YouTube. It's called John Cerasani's The Partner.
The Partner.
And we're doing casting for it. Actually, by the time this airs, it'll be probably up. It's going to be up in April.
Okay.
And I'm really looking for cash flowing businesses because one of the things, dude, you'll be shocked by this. In 2010, I put money into a bar in Chicago. Everyone would think that's the worst investment, right?
Yeah.
To this fucking day, I get fucking mailbox money from that fucking bar, dude. We crushed it. And it's like, if I could just duplicate that with a few other fucking businesses, a couple grand each month, because people don't realize it, dude. When you fucking have a pile of money, but you're not making money anymore, dude, if you have any income coming in, that's like $1 million, like 10 grand's like $1 million.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Because the way I look at my life is, here's this fucking money. I'm trying to live off 5% of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I start getting an extra 20 grand a month to supplement that,
you're set.
in my mind, that 20 grand a month times 12 times 20 really on my net worth,
Yes.
the equivalent of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Annualize it, and then 5% is 20. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's the equivalent of me having that much more money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Of course.
Anyone that follows that math
Yeah.
there.
So this is like a Dragon's Den Shark Tank type of show.
Yeah, so we'll see where it goes. I just marketed it as the partner. Hey, if you're a W-2 employee looking to get out, looking to someone to partner with, why should I be your partner? If you have a growing business and you're looking to expand, what I don't want to happen, I didn't make this fucking clear, and I didn't make it clear on purpose because it'll eliminate a lot of people. I want people to be coming at me not just because of my capital. I'm not a fucking bank, dude. All right, all right.
I like that.
If you need my business acumen, my connections nationally, but especially in Chicago, my platforms on social media, where I could actually help your business. Now, if it also includes me throwing in some money, so be it.
True.
But if that's your fucking main thing, dude,
And only existing businesses, or like people can come with an idea.
anything. So my ideal candidate might be this person that makes 120 grand a year that wants to go start a franchise on their own in 2 or 3 locations, but they don't have the capital to pay the franchise fees, and maybe we come in together and split it, and something like that.
I think something like but you made a good point about business, like cash flowing businesses is what's important. Kevin O'Leary, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's always like, dude, I don't give a fuck how much money you raise and like,
Right.
how much money are you cash flowing?
Dude, it's amazing. People are flexing how much money they raised. How the fuck's that a flex? Seriously.
It's true though. It's true, right? It's like, how much money do you actually profit?
Yep.
And that's the thing. Again, it's like all these Silicon Valley guys. Yeah, we raised 300 million.
Or they're talking revenue.
We
too,
raised.
Or they're talking
Yeah,
revenue.
or exactly. Or we
nuts.
did 20 million in revenue. It's like.
You spent 19.
You spent 19, or you lost money.
Yeah.
Did you ever see, what was that? It was a Netflix series about the guy from Uber. Did you guys ever see that?
I didn't
the
see
kid
it.
from Uber, the guy that started Uber. It goes to everything they went through to finally hit the home run with Uber.
Yeah.
But he had something, your listeners are probably yelling at their screen to correct me right now, but he had some other big venture before that that was supposed to go unicorn, and they ended up making it to the 11th hour after all this funding and ended up doing jack shit.
Yeah.
But I look at a guy like that, okay, now that Uber made all this money and you're a fucking billionaire or whatever, did you now personally go back and pay all those people back that lost on your first venture?
Yeah.
Now it's one thing if it's Silicon Valley institutional guys, I got it.
Sure.
But those fucking friends and family rounds, those people that were giving you 50 grand and 100 grand, and maybe this guy never raised that kind of money, but a lot of founders fucking do. Okay. They're taking $25,000 checks and it's literally called a friends and family round.
Yeah.
Then they're looking at institutional money when they get to Series A. Okay, if you went fucking belly up and now 10 years later you have another venture, okay? How do you look in the fucking mirror if you are now worth $100 million fucking dollars, not going back and paying those fucking people back that supported you on that first go around?
You know what? And you make a good point. I think people, if you're listening, probably maybe you haven't been involved in this, but we've put money into a couple ventures at the friends and family round.
Okay.
We've cut some checks, not massive by any means, but we've cut some checks. And yeah, you don't realize, it's been 3-4 years that we cut these checks. I haven't seen a fucking dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting like the classic email every quarter, like, oh, this is what we're up to. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But
at least you're getting that, dude. A lot of these fucking people just fucking fall off the face of the earth because they have nothing good to report. So those quarterly emails come.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden when they stop, it's like because they don't know what to fucking write in the email.
Yeah, there's
know what to
trouble.
say.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing
So I raised $3 million and we spent it all and still didn't find a way to be profitable. Thanks for investing in our company. We're pivoting now. What are you pivoting to? Get a job and pay us back?
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. It's but I think a lot of people don't realize that like a lot of these companies take money from their friends and their family.
Yeah.
Which could be a tricky place, which is another reason why we've tried for as long as we could to sort of stay away from raising money, because it also just could ruin relationships. Even if you took money from friends and family and you actually put, the money to good use and maybe it just didn't hit. Now you have people that were kind of giving you, I don't want to say their last dollar, but the hard-earned money that they've worked 20 years to save up or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like all kind of relying on you now.
So, dude, I mean, and honestly, things got to go fucking perfectly, too, bro. One of my bigger ones, I'm on the advisory board as well. A guy named TJ Kalezi started this company called Life Brand. Artificial intelligence company. They're out of Philadelphia. If you go to the Eagles games or the Phillies games or the Sixers games, there's signage is everywhere. They do a really good job. They do machine learning for social media purposes. I don't want to get into the company itself, but we have a $250 million valuation, $250 million valuation. Okay. That's on paper, dude. We're never and this company is going as well as it probably could have, dude. Okay. We still need that exit though to get fucking our payday.
Yes,
TJ makes a fucking joke because he owns like 62% of the company. He goes, I don't feel like I'm a fucking 100 millionaire. I fucking still got my mortgage.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you need the liquidation of that for it actually to do something. And we're on Series B now with this company. And like I said, everything is going fucking perfectly. But until someone comes and buys us, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how great our fucking story is. When that purchase is made is when we actually cash out. So there's 20 other companies I'm in that are not nearly as far along as them. But even them, the one I'm most optimistic about, still isn't a slam dunk until it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we realized that.
Yeah.
But going back now, based on this, and going back to what you were saying earlier about how the real wealth is made when your business is acquired and stuff. You don't realize that until you start getting in the rooms with people. People think like, oh, I'm going to just build this company and we're going to sell lots of things and have lots of employees and we're going to make lots of money.
Yep.
And again, you can, but you're never going to hit that like, fuck you, I'm on a yacht, like I don't give a fuck type of money,
Right.
like until you can sell a business or have a stake in a business that sells for a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's where the real like
the fuck you
the
money.
generational. Well, people want to talk about generational wealth. That's
Right.
like a big fucking term,
Yep.
right? That's when the generational wealth is made.
Yeah.
When you sell something you know, at that level.
Right, exactly. And I think you really need to be in the 8 figures of assets to be that. And then as far as generational wealth, it kind of also depends how many fucking kids you got too. If you're worth fucking 12 million and you got 6 kids, well, that's great. They're getting 2 million each.
Yeah.
One kid gets 12 million. Hopefully it turns that into 20. And then he only has 1 kid and that kid turns into 30. Now you're in a different fucking game.
Sure.
You know?
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I know fucking, I'll just say their fucking name. Well, I probably should say their name, but they own a sports team. Okay. Well, the grandpa started this fucking thing. They're very fucking successful. Okay, they're billionaires, but now the people my age are 3rd generation. Mm. Well, there's like 6 or 7 brothers here. Then there's 6 or then each of them had 5 or 7. Now you're in that 3rd generation.
Yep.
Yeah, you're splitting
You're
it
running
up.
out of money now.
I mean, they're not fucking like living on the. They're not living on the street.
Yeah.
But they're also, you know, they're doing smart things like sharing their fucking, you know, house in Aspen and they all vacation there and shit like that. But when it comes to that 3rd generation, it's tough, man. Mm-hmm. If there's not fucking money coming in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you got to do something with that money. I'm friends with a kid, or guy, I shouldn't say kid. His name's Carl Nolet. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying this. So if you did, sorry, Carl. He's, I think, 12th generation. Their family is Nolet Liquors. They are Kettle One.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Well, you would think that Kettle One's owned by like Southern Wine and Spirits or
Yep.
Bacardi or something. They still distill it themselves. They own 50% of the company
Nice,
still.
nice.
So he's 12th generation. That keeps living forever.
Yes. Yep.
They don't have to split up great-grandpa's money off of these generations.
Yeah.
They have a business that's
They're
still
building
coming fucking in,
Yes.
dude.
Yes,
That's a game changer, bro.
Yeah.
That's
True.
a game changer.
And talking about that, you have kids, obviously.
Yeah.
So what's your plan for them? Because you kind of you said you grew up like not wealthy.
Right.
So how are you kind of leading them into this life now that you have the bag?
Well, you know, you think you're making the right decisions for your kids, and then you question yourself sometimes. I moved. So when I got custody of my kids, it was a very good relationship with my kids. Have 2 different moms, but when they got a little bit older, we decided they're both going to live with me. I was living in the Trump Tower in Chicago. And it was kind of sudden that they ended up with me. There's a story behind that I'm not going to get into. But like, okay, raising your kids in the Trump Tower, I don't know.
It's like a TV show.
Kind of like, hello, you know, sir, yes sir, no
The
sir.
sweet life.
Yeah, so I decided to move out to the suburbs to raise them, and it's an area called Barrington, Illinois, and anyone that's from Chicago would know that's more of like considered an affluent kind of area. Okay. And the next town over is Schaumburg, where I grew up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what the fuck's the difference? Here's the fucking difference, okay? My kids' fucking friends come over and go, hey, this is Jim. His dad does this. Hey, this is Gary. I didn't ask you what the fuck your dad did. Did I ask you what your dad does for a living? In fucking Schaumburg, we would never in a million years give a fuck what the other kid's dad did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just kind of the way of the land. And they're products of their parents, right?
Yeah,
and they're all going to fucking country clubs. They're like living that kind of vertical. I don't necessarily fit in very well sometimes. I tried to join the country club. That did not last very long.
I can't imagine you. I can't picture you there.
Yeah, there was not good.
But your son, he rolls around with you when we had first met you in LA.
Right.
He was there.
Yes,
He was
He
there.
was there. So like do you make it a point to like bring him around with you and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, so I make a point of it too. Exactly. My son is very talented. So he when I grew up, you know, I was always a foot taller than everybody. So everyone already knew.
You still are,
John, yeah,
by the way.
exactly.
Or two.
John's going to be a football fucking player. Like, this was the thing. And that kind of dominates everything, all right? My son takes after his mom more than me. He's not going to be a big guy. And it's kind of fun watching him because he's able to, like, explore all this shit that I knew I was good at, but football dominated my fucking life. So seeing him do stuff like he's producing movies, he's doing video editing, he has fucking a music album. I'm just embarrassed by saying that, but he does all this shit.
Yeah.
All this shit I would have fucking probably done if I didn't play football.
Yes. True.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool to have that. You know what I mean?
And you haven't sort of locked him in on anything. You're sort of just saying, hey, do whatever the fuck you want.
So I'm
type of
riding his
thing.
ass right now because as a sophomore, I want him to get himself out there a little bit more in terms of, because dude, what sucks is college, man. Like, you know, he's gonna be smart. He was like a 3.9 less weighted. He's like a 3.5 GPA unweighted, and he's in a couple of APA classes. But unfortunately, dude, you want to go to like a UCLA or something like that, you better have a bigger story than that. They're going to look at what clubs you're going to and all this shit. So I'm trying to get him to do like fucking go do student government, do fucking the debate team. it's not cool. He doesn't want to fucking do shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's cool. tell those fucking kids that are making fun of you for doing it that they're going to be working for you.
Yes.
Facts, yeah.
But he doesn't really see it that way. But no, I'm trying to get him to go out there and do some more stuff. But he's in some cool shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's also must be hard because, like, again, seeing you and what, not only what you've done, but what you're currently doing, the rooms that you're in, the people you're around. Fuck, that's got to play a role in his head and say, I just want to do what the fuck he does.
You think it's some pressure for them?
No, so it helped actually a lot, bro. I'll make a really cool observation on that. My daughter is 20. My son's 15. Mm-hmm. When my daughter was my son's age, I didn't have this presence at all on social media. True. All right. So my relationship with my daughter and her friends in high school and stuff is very different than my son. My son and his friends want to fucking hang out with me. They want to fucking live stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now my daughter her and her friends think I'm fucking cool. Yeah. And it's not like they didn't think I was cool, but it's a totally like different dynamic.
Of course.
Knowing all these fucking kids follow me at Barrington High School. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Are you worried at all about like raising kids in this society? Because I mean, we talk about it all the time. You're a fucking pretty big alpha right there.
Yeah.
What do you think about masculinity nowadays? I feel like guys are getting softer as the days go on.
You know, I think it's a balancing act, bro. Mm-hmm. I think the alpha male like shouldn't be frowned upon,
Which it has been.
Big time, dude.
Yeah, especially last 5, 6, 7 years.
Well, and like the shit I fucking post, dude, it's not an act, dude. This like I'm just actually saying this shit. But like if I had a fucking job, or even if I still had a company where I had employees, I probably wouldn't say half the shit I say on social media. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking frowned upon.
Yeah.
Right. But then you got like Trump's probably gonna be our president again next time. And
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, bro, I think he's gonna win hands down. But I think at the same time, it's like I'm not looking forward to those 4 years because our country is so fucking divided. Yeah, and everyone's such fucking babies. You know what I mean? But this is like metaphoric to the masculinity question. Okay, it's so divided because half the country feels this way, half the country feels that way, and the beta and alpha, I think, ties right into that thing. Yeah, big time. You know what I mean? I think my son, I teach to. Look out for people. You know what I mean? Look out for people. I'm wearing a shirt underneath here. I'll show you here. So it says Gigi's Playhouse, Down Syndrome Achievement Center. Cool. A few kids at his high school that have Down syndrome, right? I gotta tell you, man, as much as we hate kind of the direction society has gone, I watched those kids at that high school. I don't think bullying of kids with special needs, at least in my vision, I'm sure it exists, but not like it did like 30 years ago. True. You know what I mean? True. So I think society's come.
Well, I don't think you should bully Down syndrome children.
Exactly.
But listen. We I don't even think that should be an option. But I think in the past, what we've said, we've kind of toyed with the phrase "bring bullying back," right?
You have.
I have.
Yeah.
What's the phrase?
Bring bullying back.
Okay. Oh, all right. There you go.
But that's more in a sense of like, let's say I was bullied as a kid.
Yeah.
There's times where it can either break you or make you stronger. How many people do you know that maybe have been bullied that became very strong?
True that.
Right?
And I think when you start
now, I'm not saying bully them and fucking like just beat the shit out of them all day. I'm just saying like, a little bit of bullying can make you stronger.
Yeah.
Depends on the person though.
And I think the line for me, at least, is kids versus adults. Yes. Okay? Like I don't know about any environment where it should be tolerated for kids to be bullying each other, where an adult sees it happening and doesn't do something about it.
Yes.
But I think the beta adults, it's like, dude, toughen the fuck up, bro.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
But I think that they've been babied since they were a kid, though.
Well, that becomes the issue, right? Are you teaching them to be like this? Like, dude, okay, so for instance. Dude, people fucking make fun of, I guess, apparently I have a lisp. I don't think I fucking do, but people like to tell me I have a lisp on social media. And I will fucking like make a joke and put it on my stories. Look at this guy who's making fun of my fucking lisp. And I'll get like empathy from my followers. I can't believe they're saying that to you. And they'll like feel like, usually female followers, like, I'm sorry, they're saying that to you, and they feel bad for me. And I like literally was never offended by it. I think it's kind of fucking funny that you would make fun of somebody for having a lisp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking to myself, other people have other deficiencies. Like, how could you like be offended if it's, if it's right there?
Yeah.
Like, okay, if this guy's short, they're making fun of you for being short. If this guy's bald, they're making fun of you for being bald. Well, if you're short and you're bald, Are you offended by it? But
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
It's who you are.
it's like kind of funny. I have a list.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't know.
Of course.
But
I don't know. I just don't understand how.
I'm kind of looking at it from the thing of like, okay, when you meet someone now that's 30 years old,
Yeah.
and they're complaining about everything.
They've been coddled.
They've been coddled. This
Yeah.
and that. It's like, you know what? Maybe someone should have said something to you when you were in high school.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Maybe.
Bro.
Probably.
My
You know what I mean?
My son lives with his mom, and then his grandparents on that side lived down the 4 doors down from them up until he was like 11 years old. Then he moved in with me, dude. And I had to toughen him the fuck up because he was babied. That's one of the reasons he moved in with me, because he's fucking getting babied by them big time. And they're great. I have a great relationship with them, by the way. But I said, okay, as he becomes,
But it's a different dynamic. You're his father, right? It's different.
But here's what's interesting about it, though, dude. He welcomed it.
Yeah.
He knew he needed to get toughened. True. People like, you know what I mean? If you have that fucking mindset, you don't want to be fucking baby.
Yeah.
You know? Because at first a little bit, because he was away from his mom, I'd like, you know, be maybe a little bit nicer to him than I would. I was, no, Dad, I could do it. I could do it just like my sister does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have that shit in you, man. It's like the nature versus nurture thing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think a big thing too, and the reason why I think you're seeing success on social media, and this is probably a lesson I think you're going to pass down to your kids too, is to me, it just feels like you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are missing out on growing, everything from growing their personal brand to, maybe just doing whatever it is they love for work or
growing
a job.
as a person,
growing as a human, because a lot of people stray away from just not giving a fuck. They
care about what people think.
It's a hard hump to get over.
Yeah.
So for anyone watching, like, dude, when I see your content,
Yeah.
I laugh. I think it's fucking hilarious. But literally the first thing I think is, John doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Which is
but
truly
it's inspiring though.
It's one of the most respectable traits I think anybody can have.
You either get it or not, bro. So I'll give you a great fucking example of exactly what you just said, dude. The people off camera here were part of this conversation this morning. I fucking have this thing that went, some of Barstool Sports posted it. It's me and Jason Kelce. I'm getting a lot of traction on my Instagram page. Look at John Cerasani hanging out with Jason Kelce, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. It's a good fucking look, all right? And that's on my Instagram page.
Sure.
Well, we play fucking blackjack last night, get a little fucking tipsy. We're fucking around and shit. Okay, I make this fucking post in the middle of the fucking night. I don't fucking post it. I go, I'll wait and see how I feel about it this morning. Well, I'm showing them this morning at breakfast. Should I post this or not? My guy Cody over here, dude, fucking post it. It's fucking funny. Your followers are gonna I go, dude, we got traction on the page. My followers will like, but non-followers won't. I don't know. Yeah. And it's basically me walking through the high limit room, the MGM, explaining what an orange chip is. It's a pumpkin. Yeah. You probably don't understand. And then I'm looking at the camera. You might not understand this if you're a peasant. and I go, dude, I know this is not gonna go over well to a lot of fucking people. And I posted it fucking anyway. And one of the first fucking so it's a $25,000 chip, and then the first comment was, and you just lost 25,000 followers. But sure enough, I fucking clicked on that guy. He was still following me. Get the fuck out of here.
But did you always have this kind of outgoing personality, or did you get it like, when you sold the company, there was more confidence in you now?
Well, yeah, no, I think the confidence was always there, dude. But I didn't. It was that, I'm telling you, it was that fucking post I did in Cabo San Lucas.
That one.
It's the only fucking thing, dude. I almost didn't fucking, because that was literally just me fucking being fucking me, dude.
Yeah.
And when I saw how well received that was, I'm like, holy shit, I'll keep going this direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what's unfortunate about it is the power of social media, right? What's unfortunate about it is now I kind of lean away from doing like good business content. Like I'll do content sometimes about real estate investing, what to look for and stuff. But the views are so fucking little compared to the other shit.
On your growth.
Yeah, I know.
What's making you grow faster?
Yeah, but the reason why it does so well is because people are starving for authenticity online.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's fucking fake. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you may not think, oh, it's not good content because it's not business. I'm not telling them what to invest in. But you probably don't realize, like, you're subconsciously or through a subliminal message sort of saying, guys, just be yourselves.
Right.
Which is more fucking valuable than anything.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that's true, man. Because even this fucking stupid one of me drunk talking about a $25,000 chip, somebody fucking posted, this guy is so motivating about me.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You're like, bro, I'm like Blacko right now.
But I think, because I realized, why the fuck would he say that?
Yeah.
And I think it's because he's seeing somebody that truly doesn't give a fuck.
Yep.
That's it.
Something real.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
it. We're starving
people
for it.
Yeah, people are, they need that. We got some rapid fire for you.
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
All right.
let's run it up. Okay. First, I mean, you kind of answered this, but I'm going to get another answer now. True or false? Your net worth is over 30 million.
True.
Nice.
Would you rather be single or in a relationship right now?
The reason I paused was I'm like, all right, now then you're gonna say, is it over 35? Is it over 40?
You want me to keep going? I'm gonna end with another one then.
What'd you say?
Would you rather be single or in a relationship right now?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Pass.
No, there's no.
No. There's no passing. There's no passing.
Come
There's
on.
no passing.
I just got out of a relationship. I was dating somebody in last year, so I'm freshly single.
Okay. So we say single.
All right.
Go for it.
How's that for a non-answer?
Best piece of gambling advice.
Manage your money. Okay, don't go there trying to fucking win 10 times your fucking bankroll, dude. Go in trying to win 30% of your fucking bankroll, and you could win every time. I haven't lost at a casino literally since 2021. People think I'm fucking full of shit. I'm not lying, and I gamble all the fucking
You're just
time.
taking your wins quick and
I bring $250,000, dude. I'm trying to win 30 or 40 grand, dude. If I was trying to win 2.5 million, I'd never fucking. If I'm gonna bring 250 grand and keep playing until I win 2.5 million or go to zero, it's gonna go to zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I bring 250 and I try to get it up to like 280 or 300 before it goes to zero, I'm gonna win. And I haven't fucking.
That's tough to walk away from them.
Well, I usually I'll get up like 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Well, last night, you guys saw it. I was down fucking 80 last night, bro. And then I said, "Fuck it, dude." I started betting 10 grand a fucking hand. Went on a fucking heater, dude.
Did you make it back?
That's when I made the pumpkin video.
Let's go, baby.
Motherfucker.
So take your wins while you can. Walk away.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Best piece of business advice.
Best piece of business advice. Never go to a fat guy for dieting advice. Okay?
Nice.
Just like you don't go to a W-2 employee asking them about how to build your business.
There you go.
Fair.
Money or fame?
Yeah, no, that's a really good one, man. I would probably say fame, actually.
Yeah.
I'm like that. I'm fucking like
Now
that.
that the doors have opened, you're like, I like this life.
Fucking cool. Being recognized. That's fucking good
You're
stuff.
the second person who said that to us in
Really?
a row. Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Advice you would give to your 20-year-old self.
Quit worrying about what other people think about you, man. You know, I still kind of struggle with that to this. Not with the social media shit, I know, but like I'll worry about like the whispers a little bit too much, and
Fair.
I shouldn't.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
If you were to start your career all over again, what industry or path would you choose?
Listen, man, I call it being like, you know, I don't know if it's politically correct to say, but pick an industry where you could be like the tallest midget. Okay, I was very fortunate. I'm sorry if that's not politically correct. The tallest short person or whatever, or the smartest kid in the remedial class or whatever. Okay. If I would have been a lawyer, or if I would have been like a doctor, I'd probably still be in fucking medical school, dude. I would have been very fucking average at best. Okay, I went into an insurance industry, which has a very low barrier of entry. Okay, and then I dominated in that space. Just find something that you're good at in an industry that you could fucking succeed and rise to the top in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. What's your biggest regret in life?
Good one. Biggest fucking regret. I'd say probably, dude, as I like grew in my 30s, I never kind of like slowed down and like kind of smelled the roses a little bit, and I probably should have a little bit.
Sort of just like realize like, well, fuck, like look what I've done.
Well, dude, I'm
thing?
fucking like, dude, that, and also just like relationships too. It's like I got 2 kids. If I didn't have my 2 fucking kids, I'd feel pretty lonely actually. I probably should have been in a relationship at this point, that I'm married or something. I'm not.
Okay.
Just moved too fast, you know?
Hey, fair enough.
Most expensive purchase you ever made?
I don't know if this is the most expensive, but I'll give you an interesting one. I fucking spent $250 grand last fucking summer on vacation.
On one vacation?
On one vacation. It included chartering a 177-foot yacht in Sardinia, Italy.
Nice.
It included a private, dumbest purchase I ever fucking made was part of this. It included doing a private jet from Paris to San Sebastian, only for me to get on the jet and realize I'm claustrophobic.
Oh my God.
There's 34 grand well spent. I sent my kids without me.
Stop. You got off?
I literally got off the plane. It was the girl I was dating at the time. My kids got on there. I'll meet you over there.
Yeah.
I get off. There's no fucking commercial flights from Paris to San Sebastian.
Oh my
I end up
God.
getting there like 14 hours later. It was a fucking disaster. But yeah, that was 35 grand. Not well spent. And then also, by the way, Le Bristol Hotel in Central Paris. If anyone's been there, beautiful place. That was like $8,000 a fucking night. That was
$8,000 a night?
when I got that bill.
Must have been nice though.
It was very nice, but like, you think my kids gave a fuck, dude?
Yeah,
like,
true.
literally did not give a fuck,
True.
dude. There was no reason to spend that much money. But
Fair,
it was
fair.
It was good only so I could talk about it a year later.
There you go.
I'm so rich. I spent $8,000 a night. I'm so rich, guys.
Okay, if you were to collaborate with one person, who would it be?
Ooh, collaborate with one person. Who would it be? You mean like in social media land?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even business, social, whatever.
That's a good one, man. Let me think about that. You guys ask me shit that I don't fucking think about, bro. I'd be like a childhood hero of mine or something like that. Probably like Michael Jordan.
Oh,
Stick with Michael
I mean,
Jordan.
that's fucking massive.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I think
Chicago,
Michael Jordan.
yeah, makes sense.
Start a business with Jordan. I met Jordan once in passing at a casino, of course. But
Yeah.
my three icons growing up was Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, and Hulk Hogan. And I got to meet Hulk Hogan 2 weeks ago. It was fucking cool.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
If I gave you 10 mil right now, what's the first thing you would do?
Give me 10 mil right fucking now?
Right now, baby.
It's not going to be very fucking exciting, dude. I'd give it to my wealth manager at UBS. That's what I do.
Come on.
Dude, I'm going to tell you fucking something right now, guys, and everyone should fucking listen to this. People might fucking disagree, all right? Like, I don't want to be too specific, but if you have $10 million or you have, say, $60 million, I don't know if there's a huge, like, lifestyle change. And I don't know what that next level is where you start to fucking feel it.
Maybe 100
You know what I
mil?
mean? Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like flying private jets. I get claustrophobic. I don't really know what else I would spend my money on.
Gambling?
You know what I mean? Well, exactly. Gamble maybe a little more. I don't know. But like, a friend of mine's a very successful lawyer. He has a fucking Rolls Royce that he paid like $400,000 for, and I like it. I think it's a sharp car, and I could go buy that. I guess I just don't want to. I don't know, man. Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what I would do.
And
I
one
don't know
more-
what I would do different with another
Yeah.
10 million.
One more before the famous question.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to get you to manifest something right now
Okay.
on camera.
Yeah.
Manifest something to the camera that you want to see come to fruition next few years, and we're going to run it back and see what happens.
Joe Rogan will have me as a guest on his podcast.
Yes.
Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go.
There
That's
we
a
go.
big one.
There it is.
That's
No,
a
we have
big
it.
one.
Put it out.
Hey, bro.
When it happens, clip this back.
Let's
eh?
go. Let's
Okay.
go. I made friends recently with Bert Kreischer. Bert and Joe are friends.
Oh, you're working on that,
I'm already
okay.
one level
Planting
in.
seeds.
Bert, I'm using you to get to Joe.
John, before we end this, obviously, you know we are the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness. So I want to ask you today, as we sit here on Super Bowl week in Vegas, if you believe money buys happiness.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say yes.
Yeah. Straight up.
And why?
Yeah, I would say because it gives you the freedom to do a bunch of shit. You know, a lot of people will think if they watch my social media, they'll think I'm like a little flamboyant and stuff. But here's what you don't realize. If I didn't sell my company at 37, I wouldn't have been in a position to move to the suburbs, raise my kids the right way, go to my kids' wrestling matches, do whatever the fuck I want. If I was a W-2 employee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just gives you the freedom to do really whatever you want.
Yeah, 100%. You
Yeah.
want to be a fucking boss? Sell your company for dozens of millions.
Dozens of
okay?
millions.
I'm
Make
only
sure it's
thinking
dozens.
John, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. It's
Thanks
always
for
a
coming on the
pleasure.
show, baby.
I'm happy we got to get this done. Like I said, last episode was a little fucking all over the place,
Yeah.
but this was like, dude, so much value in this.
I've
So
had people
thanks
hit
for
me
the
up
time.
though. People saw me on your episodes.
Yeah.
I've gotten DMs from people saying that they followed me because of your show.
Oh yeah,
So I
okay,
appreciate
good.
that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
so it
that.
did it, but this one I feel like we finally got to know like more about you. This is a fucking
Yeah.
heater. So thanks again,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Made it this far. You know what to do. I'm not even gonna say it because you should know what to do. And Jay,